What do you recommend for kids with restless leg syndrome?
I don't know that I've ever seen somebody truly with restless leg syndrome.
Well, what is that? Is that just where the legs just tapping?
Where you move, you see commercials for it. It's where you move around, your legs constantly moving at night. I mean, there is a true condition. I don't think it's very common. I've never seen it in a child. You have to fit certain criteria. You would see a neurologist for it and discuss it, but I don't have any experience with it.
So 20 years of practice, Dr. Cohen hasn't seen it. So you know what that means? Don't exist.
No, it exists.
Sebastian, have you ever done a show for firefighters, police, and EMs? It seems
EMS.
EMS. Seems like no one does shows for public safety, only military. I have actually. I have done a police show in Chicago. This was about maybe 7-8 years ago. I did a show for the police, and I don't know if I've done for firefighters, but it's not something that I'm opposed to doing. Yeah. I mean, I love police, firefighter, pro military as well. My father was in the Army for 2 years.
Yeah.
Was a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had said, I was a sharpshooter in the Army. I go, well, you didn't go to war, and he goes, yeah, I know, but like in the practice, apparently he got sharpshooter status. Never picked anybody off, just a couple of cans. Talking about problems with memory, I'm like you, Sebastian, and maybe Dr. Cohen could give us advice to improve cognition and memory. Now, I want to ask you, I know you're a pediatrician, but this kind of goes into another realm of it all. I feel as I grow older, it's harder to recall stuff. For example, and I don't know if you guys are dealing with this as well, those of you who are 40, 50, 60. Someone goes, okay, just call this phone number, 847-681-4242, whatever. And I go, whoa, slow down. Let me take this in threes, right? Mm-hmm. When I was 21, I used to phone number. No, I used to memorize the phone number, right? Right. Now it's like, if people are, I say, could you spell that? I have trouble following them as they spell out whatever it is they're spelling out over the phone. Am I coming down with a severe disease?
Early Alzheimer's.
Or is this 49? No. This is the problem 49. I'm having, people. How I'm feeling right now.
Right.
Is it 49?
Yeah.
Or is it a problem?
No, I don't think it's a problem. I think you're 49. I think
I know, but like,
and you're probably doing better than most.
I get out of bed. I feel like I wake my wife up with the sounds that are coming out of my knees. You know what I'm saying? Like
your bicep, everything's
hurts.
falling on you. But I think with our memory, I find myself playing more games with it. Like I'm really, for the medical knowledge that I have and that I can retain, I can't remember people's names.
Yeah.
So then I find like when somebody introduces themselves, well, usually I have my wife like remind, like, oh, who's that? But then also I find myself playing like, that's Jim. All right, Jim was a guy I went to high school with. Like I have to make a whole thing in my story. The story's longer than if I just remember Jim, but that's how I remember it.
Yeah, I ain't doing any of that.
The opinions expressed in this program are not intended as professional medical advice, as a diagnosis, as a treatment protocol, or as a substitute for professional medical advice from your physician. Please consider your own medical history and consult with your own physician for your specific healthcare and/or medical needs and about your concerns for yourself and your family.